like documentaries? Because we got some for your ass. Russell, kick it off.
Boom! That's right, folks. We're going to talk about a little documentary called Fear City, New York versus the Mafia.
What?
It's a
Yeah,
three-part
okay.
one. I didn't know it was 3 parts when I started watching it because I was wanting more. The third part ended, and I was like, "Damn! I thought this was a series, yo." But it's not. It's a 3-parter. And what it is about, it's about New York City in the 70s and 80s when the mafia absolutely ran everything, and that town was nuts. It was a crazy town. It was like one big garbage dump, and everybody killed each other and did drugs. Every place was a red light district. Um, it's a shame. It's a shame what's happened to that city. It's so genteel now, but it's an interesting. They follow almost they follow the rise of law enforcement going after and shutting these guys down more than they follow the mafia themselves. But you really get to see a lot of the characters and stuff that, they so based. Oh, that's Polly. Oh, that's there's
Who's
so
the
many characters
Hmm.
who's the
that are
big bad
basically
they're going
characters
after
from The
in this?
Sopranos that they use in this. And then there's a whole bunch of stuff with Rudy Giuliani in it.
So who's the big bad that they're kind of going after in this documentary?
It was the boss of
The mafia,
boss.
stupid.
My nose is itching like a son of a bitch right now. I just gotta get in there and do it. It was shoot, what was his name? It was like Carlietti or something like that. Man, I don't know. And you can't really IMDb this stuff because it's just like, yeah, a bunch of people. Um, so it was the 5 families, and then they finally got the boss of all the 5 families. They didn't get him though. Once they took out the RICO indictments against him, that guy ended up dead really quick. But it talks about the RICO and things like that. It talks about how the FBI, because the mafia have been whipping the FBI and basically all law enforcement's ass forever, right? Their roots go back hundreds and hundreds of years, maybe 1,000 years. The mafia has been in existence, and they've never had a problem controlling whatever government was in control at the time and letting them do their criminal activities the way they wanted to do them. So New York City in the 70s was really kind of the first time that some of these old mafia families that had ties back to Italy and stuff had ever been taken down in any way, shape, or form. And a lot of it was because of this. It's just really interesting how it just unfolds and how it progresses. And it's almost like Mindhunter. They get better at catching serial killers. Well, these guys, it was law professors that helped bring down the mafia, not genius guys at the FBI. It was guys who had helped lawmakers write laws, eventually brought the FBI in and said, "Hey, you don't even know what laws they're breaking. You know that they're doing a scam, but this is the laws they're breaking, and this is laws that you could prosecute them under and things like that." And
Oh,
it was just,
interesting.
yeah, it was really interesting the way that we're set up. And they've got a lot of old mobsters that they interview and stuff in there, and a lot of guys that are still supposedly connected and this, that, and the other. And but man, it's a 3-parter. I would recommend everybody watch it if you like gangster films or anything at all. Any of the Scorsese stuff, any of the stuff like The Departed, anything like that takes place in New York, Sopranos. Watch this film and you'll get a real kind of a feel for it. I mean, some of the wiretaps that they did, you're like, wait a minute, no, this is an actual conversation from The Sopranos. I think I remember this episode. So it's just
Interesting.
they so much of that stuff that you've seen has been based on how these guys really did operate, act, talk, dress, and all that stuff. Highly recommend it.
Okay. Oak, you said you
Chat,
had one you've
share.
been watching?
Yeah, I just added Russell's to my playlist here.
Really good. It's just fantastic.
I've been watching one called The History of Freemasonry, and the title explains everything that you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been active since I was 18, very active once Dad became Grandmaster in Missouri. and I learned a lot. Now it's long, and if you're not in the fraternity, it may not interest you, but there's a lot of conspiracy theories behind the Freemasonry and things like that, and it pretty much debunks all that. I'm honestly surprised what all they divulged in this documentary. That what I would consider quote unquote secretive. They pretty much opened the door, so you could easily watch this if you never want to become a member and know all about it. So I thought that was
So let's dial down the title of this show. Is it The History of Freemasonry?
I believe so. I've got it on my playlist here. Let's see here. Where's my playlist? I just had it. I'm sorry.
Because mine was Fear City, New York versus the Mafia. So if you just put in Fear City, a whole bunch of crap comes up.
Mine is actually Inside the Freemasons.
Okay.
That's the actual title, but it's pretty much the history. But yeah, it's Inside the Freemasons.
Yeah, there we go.
Where did you watch that at?
That's a Netflix. And I can't remember. It's got a few episodes behind it. Gosh dang it. I can't remember how many, but again, very interesting. And I won't go into that, but I thought it was interesting. I don't think everyone will, but it's also, some documentaries aren't very well put together. This one, so I like that.
Well, it's a well-made documentary.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
more linear, which I enjoy. So
It looks like there is 5 episodes.
Okay. Yeah, I thought I watched more than that, but yeah, it was good.
Okay. All right. I will finish this off. I have watched about 4 episodes of the new Unsolved Mysteries. I say documentary. I guess this kind of is.
No,
I did really enjoy it. Well, what's interesting about it, you say that, but you're seeing that one of the, like the 3rd or 4th episode is about a kid that was killed that lived in Gardner, Kansas.
Yeah, he was killed around Topeka. Yeah, I've watched it.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I consider it a documentary, but I guess it could be.
What makes a documentary?
Documentary filmmaker.
Okay. All right. Well, I would say that it was, and so I disagree with you.
Ever asked.
I mean, it documents a story, a real life story. So, so I would say watch that. I thought it's interesting that there's some cases getting opened back up because of that series.
Yep.
That's interesting to me. But what I really want to talk to you about is the business of drugs. So this is a show that each episode takes a different drug and they follow it, how it's made, how it's smuggled, how it affects the economy, both where it's produced, where it's sold, about what would happen if it wasn't around, both the people who farm it and the drug cartels. It talks about their uses in counseling and such. So it's very interesting. So the first episode is about cocaine. The second one is about, I've watched cocaine, I've watched heroin, and I have watched synthetic drugs. And then the synthetic, it deals with ecstasy, it deals with synthetic marijuana and bath salts and stuff like that. Very interesting.
Of those 3, which is your favorite to do?
To do, I've not done any of them. So none
You're
of
number
them.
6. You're an episode 6 guy.
LSD.
What is it?
LSD.
That's the opioids.
Oh.
Opioids.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. You,
So
I remember back in the day when we used to crush up and snort tramadols.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's not true. I don't even know if that would work.
Not this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the wrong
when
dude.
I'm seeing
You
those
made a
drugs,
dream out of there.
yeah. So I've been rewatching Breaking Bad, right? So, and when I'm seeing those drugs that they take, because like the one gal's a heroin addict and they do meth and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes they smoke it, sometimes they snort it. How do you know which to do? And who was the first guy who's like, dude, I'm gonna snort this?
Yeah, watch this.
Or how did they figure out, you know what? If we melt this down in a spoon and suck it up into a syringe, and then we put it in our arm and we suck in a little blood, and then we put that stuff back in. That'll really work. It's like, what the fuck? How did you figure that out?
Yeah, like in the
That's
first
not trial
episode,
and
they
error.
show how cocaine is made. Have you ever seen how cocaine is made?
Well,
So
not live.
they're peeling these leaves off of these bushes. And it's like a bush, like I go out to the ditch and they're pulling all this off.
Coca leaves.
And then this one place they take and they use a weed eater and they're chopping this stuff up to get it real fine. And then the next step after they get this paste made is they coat it in gasoline.
Yeah.
Now, who the hell was the first guy to do that?
Yeah,
And then
it's like,
there's other chemicals.
how did it all come across?
I want to meet the guy that watched him do it, and then Ben's like, okay, I'll do that. I want to meet the second guy.
Yeah, this show will just make me a drug
Yeah.
addict. Well, that sounds good.
But it's very interesting because this documentary filmmaker, the female, has somehow got them to show her how stuff is done. I mean, it's very now everybody's masked, so they don't know. But I highly recommend it. I'd like to get your guys' feedback next month about what you saw, what you thought. You don't have to watch them all, but if you check out, there's like 6 episodes.
What episode is Immune Suppressants where they rape you on the price?
That's called.
I haven't got there yet.
Okay. That's the one I'd be very
Yep.
because I have a bit of a problem with those.
Yeah.
Yeah, direct
Well,
prices are
that's
nuts.
all I've got.
Those sound good. Those sound like some good recommendation. Well, minus Oathies. Jesus Christ. What the hell am I going to watch the history of Freemasonry?
I'll tell you what, also, I do have a good one that I forgot I've been watching. It's
Okay, good.
called Explained. They're 30 minutes. It's about the space race. It's about how plastics
I've watched a couple.
Yeah,
Those are
I've watched
good.
several of those. Yeah, those are good.
I just found those the other day, and I've been binging kind of through those. So
Yeah.
if you don't
Yeah.
like Freemasonry or inside the Freemasons, that's always an option too.
I'm going to watch both of those that you suggested so we can talk about them.
That sounds good.
And you can tell me what kind of freak you are, buddy.
Yep.
Let your freak flag fly.
Super, if you're asking. Thank you.
Yep.
What'd you say?
Super, super freak, if you were wanting to know.
He's the.
Oh, I am. I was wanting to know.
Because, you know, I like my women like I like my coffee. Nasty, because coffee is disgusting.
Nice.
All right, boys and girls. I think that's all we got for documentary.
Yeah, Doc Goose Cemetery.
When I hear other people sing
Doesn't
the
work.
songs I thought would be good, I realize my songs are terrible.
No, your
They're
songs are great.
fantastic.
They're great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now
The
that
best.
TikTok thing that you did with the Oklahoma Joes the other day, was that an original song?
No, that wasn't me singing either, which someone asked.
Oh, I didn't sound like you. I was like, oh, this is getting good.
But is that the best barbecue on the planet?
Oh, that and Jack Stacks, man.
Yep.
See, I'm that or 239. 239 is one of my favorites.
Q39 is overpriced bandanas. I actually see the bandanas truck
No.
driving down there and delivering all
Nope.
the time.
Nope, you are wrong, sir.
Man,
I'm a rib crib guy. No, I'm not. Nobody's a rib crib guy.
Nope.
How's that
Just look
place
at that
still
parking
open?
lot. Ain't
It's
nobody.
still
I don't
open.
know.
They do like some kind of 8-for-1 special if you're over 60 on Tuesdays or something. I think that's how
No,
they
I
keep
think-
their.
I think if you can't get to Kansas City and you have to have barbecue, that's all it is. I think that's really all it is.
Yeah, but there's
Yeah.
other choices here in town.
Like what?
Bandanas is by far better than rib crib.
Man, I
Yeah,
think they're both, but I'm comparing them to Kansas City.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's a tough choice. Yep.
All right, boys and girls, go eat some Oklahoma Joe's. Peace out.
Peace out.
So easy. Can you cut these